Exactly. I went straight to the source. I just asked the doctor that I was like, she was like in me, and I was just like, what do I do? she was like, you're fine if this is negative. I was like,
Great.
okay. Yeah. She's like, if you're both negative, then you're fine.
Yeah. Because he's,
still.
oh God, that's so fucking stressful. I know. Life sucks now.
Right? It's a nightmare. It's
How was he?
hard.
Was he doing indoor shows?
Yes, he was
Like
on the road with Brian Regan.
Oh yeah, just
and
like
he's doing full on runs. I mean, it's half capacity and with masks.
okay. Does he have to wear a mask? No, right?
Not on stage,
Okay.
no. But in the green room and everything, they had to wear masks. Yeah, so he was masked pretty much the whole time they were together.
Which seems like everything's gonna start doing that now.
Yes, I think so. And why not? Just do what you got to do to get me back out there. This is a problem.
It's it's too much energy that's just in my apartment. It's like not great.
I need to stop like listening to my thoughts all the time.
Oh,
and then just like
you know what?
Living them.
I want to go in a bar so badly.
I know.
I want to drink with people closely and just like yell at someone. I want to get in a fight with a stranger over football. I can't. I'm over it.
I forgot that that's your shindig. Your football situation.
I know my football situation.
Tell me about it.
We could do the whole fucking pod on just times I've fucking blacked out at goddamn FedEx Fields in Landover, Maryland.
You've actually been to football games?
Oh, baby, girl. Yeah, what? Like my whole entire life. My grandfather passed down season tickets to my dad. So, and my whole family would go. And so like I didn't really go consistently until I could drive because it's like a fucking pain in the ass a lot of times. Like we'd split it up between the family, but then once I could drive and I'd go all the time. This is like, I wasn't still in high school. I would go, and then once I could like drink, I would get my fucking friends to drive me. I'd get my little sister to drive me, and I was going. Even when I moved to New York, because I moved to New York at 18, I was going like half the games. I was going to like 4 home games.
Hell yeah,
I fucking live
that's great.
I live for it. I mean, we have sucked the whole time I've been alive. So it's not.
You had RG3 one year. That was nice.
Okay, first of all, how dare you bring that up? If you are recording right now, you need to edit that shit out.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
I am recording right now, and I'm keeping it in because I don't know. I'm trying to make enemies here. Okay, just give me something to do.
You just brought me on here to cause a fucking controversy.
What's the problem with RG3? Tell me what happened.
Very, very sad. Very sad. I don't know if your listeners give a fucking shit about this, but he was injured, and Shanahan I was at the game, and he was injured, and I was hammered drunk, and it was very cold. And then he was at the end zone that I was sitting in, and he got hurt bad, and they still fucking put him in the game, and then it kind of caused like long-lasting damage. So they kind of ruined his rookie year.
I'm sorry.
It's our organization's fault. It was very sad, but that's okay. He seems to be doing all right now. God bless.
Yeah.
Where's he? He's with the Ravens. He's the Ravens.
Oh, everybody loves a Raven.
No,
Edgar Allan Poe wrote a poem about the Ravens. Oh, yeah. People love the Ravens.
I fucking love poetry.
That is my jam. I love poetry.
Just sad poetry. It's kind of what my stand-up's like, if anyone's wondering.
I have seen your stand-up. It is not sad, but it is poetry.
My God bless. If poetry is squeezing your tits together, then yes, that's my stand-up is like.
I remember seeing you for the first time at Bungus Den.
Oh, God. Yeah, sure.
And we had, what was it, a minute and a half. Mm-hmm. And you did this joke. It was the funniest joke of the night, I would say. You went up and it was about you getting a breast reduction, and you were like, I can't because I'm just too perfect. I just butchered it. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I'm going to go with that version. I don't even exactly remember the wording, but yeah, I don't know how you like got into stand-up, but I like always loved stand-up. And then my friends kind of like pushed me into it. They were like, just do it. Well, you know, what's the harm? Just go to an open mic. And then they fucking ruined my life because now that's all I do. But I remember specifically when my friends were pressuring me, they were like, come on, do it. And I was like, oh, what am I just going to tell jokes about my big tits? And then like cut to fucking you meeting me like 6 years into stand-up. That's all I'm fucking talking about.
It was a killer joke. All right. Keep joking about those
Thank you so
tiggle
much.
bitties. They
you
were
know,
great.
You got to write what you know.
So funny. Wait, so you're originally from Washington, D.C., I would imagine.
Yeah. I grew up in Virginia, right outside the city. So like, that's why I kind of have a Southern accent, but I grew up like in a very urban area.
Okay.
Very strange.
All right.
Yeah.
And is drinking family? Is this the situation?
Oh, yeah. Big time. Because you're from a drinking family too, right?
Half and half. My mom is sober and my dad had to stop drinking.
Okay.
So.
Very fair. Okay. So my family is like completely almost 100% people that probably should look within and examine themselves and stop drinking, but like they just do well enough that it's not. So it's like we're alcoholics, sure, but it's fun. I still go to work in the morning, you know. It's like very that vibe, and it's like there's a couple sprinkled. I have a big family, so there's a couple that have had to get off the sauce, but yeah, my family is big time drinkers, whole entire life. That's my first memory of life was the Washington football team winning the Super Bowl when I was 4 years old in my parents' living room, and everyone was just losing their fucking minds and going crazy. This is back like smoking cigarettes in the house. Like we had remember when the printer paper had the like dots on the side? Yeah, we had printed out like Washington football, or you know, our old name, but I'm not going to talk about that. We don't have the time to break that down.
We don't have time. It's not that kind of podcast.
It's not that kind of podcast. We're talking good time gals, you know?
Yeah. Not woke time gals.
No, not these two white women. We're going to talk about drinking first.
Yes, not our place.
My whole family, and looking back, I'm like, oh my God, I like in my head as a kid, I was like, I just loved football so much because I was like, that's like my family was so happy and together. And I'm like, oh, everyone was fucking shit-faced. Everyone was just like, like who was watching the children? I was 4, you know?
It was so great. We had no rules, no responsibility, no structure, no direction, no safety net.
And so much yelling. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I know they're yelling.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of passions happening.
Yeah,
I think this is the good yell.
Can't tell. That's borderline.
Half of my childhood was just deciphering a good yell between a bad yell. You know, we're very Italian. It was like, oh, is this a passionate yell? Mm-hmm. Are we excited? Or is this about to be divorce? Like,
exactly. So funny you say that, because I was about to say, I remember asking my mom, are you guys going to get a divorce? And they're just being like, what are you talking about? Like, so much yelling.
Yeah, see, my parents were like, we're Catholic, we don't do that. You should consider it.
Yeah. See, my family's Catholic as well, but like my dad's generation was the one that was like, man, Catholicism fucking sucks. And so they were just like, they had all the repression and like the not feeling things and the alcoholism. Wait, what about a Catholic funeral? Because that's some of the most hammered I've ever seen my family, is at fucking funerals. Does your family make an exception to drink on funeral days?
My God. My dad was sober for, I think, 16 years. And then we went to, his brother died, granted.
Fair.
Yes.
You get a pass.
Yeah. Uncle Albert gives you a pass. All right. We go to that funeral. My dad gets hammered. He comes up to my Nani, his mother, and he tries to tell her a joke, which is,
oh no.
He had like a pot belly, and she made a mention of his pot belly, and he was like, oh, don't worry about that, Ma. I'm just pregnant with a baby elephant. Oh, look, the trunk's coming out.
He's talking about his dick.
Talking about his dick. Good old Gare Bear talking about his pee-pee.
Gare
My uncle's funeral. Very fun Catholic funeral, I would say.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of fist fights at Catholic funerals.
Really?
Oh yeah, my family goes to funerals with a cooler. That is not a joke. That's not like something fun I'm saying for the fucking fun. My family really leaves home without a cooler. If you want, if you want me to be fucking honest and vulnerable on this pod.
Okay, describe the who's in this family that you speak of?
Well, I got a very big family. We're Irish Catholic. Well, it's like my dad's side's Irish Catholic. My mom's side is like Southern.
Okay.
Like Virginia people.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so my dad's side is like all stereotypical, like Baltimore, Irish Catholic, like Pennsylvania Irish Catholic, like just angry, fighting, really fucking loud, like just, you know, my mom like is such a bitch. I like am obsessed with her. She's my dad's mom. She's amazing, and I couldn't love any human more, but she is so mean and just yell like. So my now husband, like the first Christmas he came home to spend with my family, we're all taking a family picture, and Casey walks in to get into the picture, and my grandma goes, "Not you." She's just a fucking hard bitch, and she gets lit as fuck. Sometimes she'll like every holiday she'll like just be like, "Oh, you know, when the football's on or whatever," she'll be like, "I'll have a Coors Light," and she'll pour it in a glass and cut to like 4 Irish whiskey or Irish coffees in. She's like, you know. And then my parents, my dad is you know, her son, so he's very much boisterous and loud and opinionated and very yelling, but he's like, every person loves my dad to the point where it's like, I get it. Everyone likes my dad.
Yeah, it's too much. I'm also here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so then like on my mom's side, her dad is gay. So that like is so fun. And he's like kind of like a bitchy old queen. So like so like him and my mom both are like the type of, I'm doing an act out, sorry to the listeners, but they'll be like sitting down at the kitchen table while my dad's side of the family screaming, and they're just kind of like side-eyeing like but I was saying like all the rest of my family is like kind of a version of that. We got some stoners in the mix as well. Everyone's very vulgar. I was saying like all my cousins I'm like one of the oldest cousins, and so the rest, the younger ones, whores. Every last one of them, bunch of whores. Yeah, I love them to death, but good God Almighty. Yeah. One of my cousins came. You remember my show before COVID, my show at Poco with Tom Delgado.
Yes, I remember your show. Yes,
so fun. So my cousin came to visit one time. One of my younger cousins, she came. And she clomps down those stairs in these huge fucking high heels and a mini skirt and just a shirt with their whole titties cut out. People think I'm doing like an act, and I'm like, this is very much like my life. She comes in just like a fucking hooker. She comes over and she's like, "What's up, bitch? You better be funny." And she's like, "I'm gonna go do a shot." And I was like, she didn't hug me. She didn't say anything like that. I hadn't seen her in months. And that's the greeting I get. So that is like, you know, her energy. And so everyone's just kind of like insane.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's a picture, yeah.
Yeah. It's intense, and it is in a way supportive, because they did come to your show. That is very nice.
That is so. I think my husband would argue too supportive, because every time we're down in DC doing shows, my fucking family takes over. It is fucked up. If you want to sell out a show in DC, plan it within you know, a 20-minute Uber of my family. They'll all come.
Yeah.
And they all live near each other. It's fucked up.
That's beautiful. So what is your earliest age you remember drinking or starting to drink?
God. Early, like very like 13, I guess. Like the first, like my family would let me like sip beer and stuff, but like I remember the first time I drank and like felt like all fucking whoa, you know. I think I was like 13.
Damn.
Probably. Oh, sorry, I just burped.
Let it out. You gotta let it out. What are you gonna keep that in? What's happening? You know, release the beast. That's what I say. So 13.
What about you? Yeah, what about you?
When the first time I didn't drink, I was too afraid to drink in high school, and so I went to college,
girl.
and I really.
And then you fucking.
I did it.
I respect that. I respect
Thank
that.
you. Yeah,
I
no,
know
no, no.
you. I've seen you work. I respect it.
Thank you. We have been drunk in DC together. I think that's when we really bonded, was at the Underground Comedy Festival.
Absolutely.
That's when I was like,
love all those
this
people.
girl's fun.
See, you were a very fucking kindred spirit, because you're not like, are you okay? You're like, I like you.
Yeah, I was like, no, you should dance on the countertop. Get up there. I'll give you a boost. Yeah. So
yeah, we've also been wedding drunk together, so that's a special kind of drunk as well.
Yeah, it's very unique. You're the one that taught me, like, why are you wearing Spanx, girl? Let it go.
Let it go. Take those things off.
You were like, I don't give a shit anymore, and neither should you. No. And I'm like, what are you talking about? This is great. I feel so good and sexy.
I was like, once you're like really in love, it's like no Spanx. No. The Spanx go away forever. Yeah. I remember at that wedding, the last memory I had before I was like, I have to go back. I was like laying on that pool table in the after party, and I was yelling, someone put on Lady Marmalade. And then I was like, I should fucking go to leave now. And I was like, wow, how mature of me. I'm in my 30s now. I can put myself to bed.
That wedding was great. It was Emily and Chris's wedding. Emily has been on the pod before. Very fun. Amazing. That wedding was great because the night before they were like, we have all these comedians here. Let's do a show. And we had two very different experiences on this show. All right. I go on first, before you, I should say. And I'm already hammered. And so I just hit on the 17-year-old boy.
Yes, you did.
Who was Emily's like prodigy hockey player cousin who had like never seen boobs before, and I was just like, look at you, you little prude, you're so cute, get over here with those dimples. Blah! And then my boyfriend goes on after me and cleans up the mess. He's the cleaner, and thank God he was there. And then you and Casey James Salengo, your sweet husband, go on and just roast the bride and groom, which was hilarious. It was so good.
Okay, first of all, you froze for a second, but I have very vivid memories of like scream laughing of you hitting on that fucking kid. I could not. People were living for it. The crowd was going fucking nuts. And then Casey went up there and no one had really roasted them, and so we were like, we gotta fucking roast it. So we like roasted them, and it was like for 5 minutes everyone was like, yeah, this is fun. And then our last couple of jokes, everyone started to turn on us. We were like, we gotta get out of here. It was like not too mean.
Oh, it was so funny because that show was filled with their like aunts and uncles and great aunts, and you guys just really got them. And all the comics were like, this is gold. This is wonderful. And at one point, either one or both of you were very drunk, and you guys forgot the jokes, and so you were just whispering in each other's ears on stage, being like, we forgot to do this one. And then you were like, and then he loses his boner.
That is very...
It was magic.
Well, 2 things on that. We're thinking about starting a duo act, okay? Because we're clearly seamlessly working together. Yes. But also, I love Chris's mom, the groom that weekend. I love her, and I've known her for years. Chris and I ran a show together, and she was looking at me from the audience like she was never gonna talk to me ever again. So the next day when she was like, you were very funny last night, I was like, oh my God, because she was like burning. Chris is like her beloved little baby. She was burning holes in my fucking eyes.
Oh, it was so funny. It was great.
So when I started drinking when I was like 13 and like stealing cigarettes from my dad, I was a bad kid, girlfriend. I was like stealing cigarettes. I was like smoking fucking weed.
You were cool, is what you're saying.
I was cool. I was fucking cool as fuck. I was like going to parties, and plus I had these big old titties, so I was going to like fucking senior parties. You know, they were like, yeah, that freshman can come. I was like, what? I was like, I love to drink.
So you were cool in high school? I would say.
Yeah. I mean, I would definitely would say I was like friends with everyone type of person, because I also was like friends with I love like a theater kid. I love, so I was like kind of just like friends with everybody, but also because everybody likes to party and I'll go to any party. I was really just like, the name of this podcast really probably should have been my nickname.
Yeah.
In high school. I was like, I'll come to your party. I'll get too drunk. Maybe give someone a hand job. We'll see what happens.
Hell yeah. See, I was giving sober hand jobs. Who does that?
Oh,
you know?
God, it's so scary.
Oh, I know. They called me old leather mitts. That's me.
Leather mitts.
Old leather mitts Peluffo. Yeah. Who wants to go behind the portables and get a whole mitt job, huh?
No.
2 guys, turns out. 2 men, 1 or 2.
Well, turns out
I got them both.
I'd like to get a mitt job. It sounds kind of cool. Sounds more gentle for a female, you know?
Yeah. I had a touch, you know?
What scared you about drinking? You're just gonna get in trouble? Or are you afraid you would like you were like scared of your power?
I was scared of my superpower. I was running from what was within, my true calling. No, I played soccer, and it was beat into me that I would never get a scholarship if I ever got caught with alcohol. And I knew I wasn't the brightest bulb in the cafeteria. So
another reason why we bond.
Yeah. I'm not very smart, but I work hard. I put in a lot of effort.
Bitch, same.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All these people that just know stuff. I'm like, how do you fucking know stuff? How do you remember things? I can't keep track of it all.
Yeah.
Anyways,
yeah. No, I remember I got like a 3.7 in high school, which is pretty good. But I remember working my fucking tail off and it being exhausting. And then my friends, I was friends with the smart kids, and they were just like, what? It's so easy to read a book in a night. And I'm like, fuck you. No, it's not. I read the Cliff Notes and I don't know what happened.
Read a book? How about you choke?
I know.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
So I was like, I'm going to be a soccer girl, so I can't be drinking, So
okay. Makes complete sense. I'm with you there. And I am with you. Like and to this day, like I get fucking hammered, but I still fucking wake up in the morning and I still fucking it's my whatever inner demons, they just come out in my work ethic, which I'm not necessarily complaining about. It is sick for sure.
Oh yeah.
But so like in high school, I was like going out all the time and partying and doing whatever, skipping school, fucking going to R-rated movies, like doing the thing. Seeing 8 Mile 4 times in theaters.
Oh my God! You were definitely the Brittany. What's her name? Brittany Murphy. I feel like.
Oh my God! Do you understand what a fucking compliment that is? First of all, rest in peace, Brittany Murphy. Also, yes, that fucking hot bitch in that movie. She was my muse.
She was great.
She was my muse. Eminem forever. I hope Casey didn't hear that. He was very jealous of Eminem. He's my one pass if I ever meet him.
Said no one ever. No one's
except for me.
Eminem's on my list.
Sick. I have a sickness.
That 50-year-old dork. Like,
please bear with me during my mental health journey. I love him.
You
so
live
much.
you're living your dream, and I like it.
When I heard the Marshall Mathers LP, I fucking slid right off my chair. I was like, what is this? My nipples are hard. I'm obsessed. Okay. But I also did, besides listening to Eminem and, getting drunk, I did work very hard in high school because I wanted to go, like similar to you, I wanted to go to fashion school.
Oh, very fun.
So, yes. So like you were saying, like you worked really hard to get a scholarship. I wanted to leave DC so badly. I wanted to move to New York like my whole life. So I worked crazy hard, like my last 2 years, to get into F.I.T. The only state school that has fashion. So.
There you go. And you did, right? You went to F.I.T.
I did. I went there. Yeah, I
saw some of your drawings. They're beautiful, incredibly talented.
So
I must say, we got a triple threat over here.
Oh my God. She's drunk. She does comedy and fashion.
Yeah.
the classic triple threat.
Exactly. Everybody knows that. All right. Hello, knows. Juilliard. Here we go.
Well, yeah. So my partying went from like, the classic suburban kid story, garages, basements, fields, whatever, parking lots, like partying there. Yeah. And then I went to fucking New York City. My dorm was on 27th Street, and all these like club promoters would just like give us fake IDs like outside our door. They're like, just wear like a dress, and we'd be like, okay. And then they would give us IDs and take us and have bottle service because everyone's creepy and wants like young girls there. Mm-hmm. But I cut to me, like all my friends would be like flirting, cut to me being at the table like, this is all fucking free. I'm like, this is awesome, And then that's when I started doing cocaine.
You know what? That seems like a logical progression. All right? That just adds up. Okay. You're just doing good math right now. Okay.
Caitlin, it's an all-American story. Okay.
You're just a girl with a dream at this point.
Bitch, speak on me,
Did you ever get into trouble? Like, what did anything questionable happen? Not questionable, but just like, did you ever dance on the law a little?
Yes, so many times.
Really?
But like this is not the woke comedy hour, but
no, let it happen.
I am such a fucking white privileged woman. Like, look, like, plus back then I had a sparkle about me. Comedy has worn me down. Like back then,
you still sparkle.
Thank you so much for saying that. It's self-tanner.
Whatever works. You look great.
But I was just so youthful and happy to be there and like charming. My like wits, my comedy like got me out of so many fucked up situations, out of so much trouble. I even in high school I was getting in trouble, but like people liked me. So like a security guard would let me out of detention. He'd be like, oh, this teacher wants to see you, come here. And then he'd be like, bring your stuff, they want to meet with you. And then he'd be like, just go home. Like I was that fucking kid. Yeah. Like the privilege is just fucking oozing out of me. And I remember my dad always telling me that as a kid. He's like, I got in a lot of trouble, but people like me, so it wasn't that bad. So I did the same thing. Like I was going like fucking 3 months into New York City. I was at like club promoters' apartments with a bunch of other girls just doing like huge mountains of cocaine. Like where was that cocaine coming from? Like I've done coke on the beach in Miami at 6:00 in the morning. Like I should have been arrested at some fucking point. I've smoked weed in every place you could think of before it was like legal. I don't know. I fucking knock on wood. Watch me walk outside of my house and get arrested immediately.
You're just drinking like coffee and they're like, no, that's booze. And you're like, God damn it. You know what? I owe this one. Yeah, it's fair.
Like my parents would travel with coolers. Like they should have been arrested then. I just never like got in police trouble because of my blondness, I believe.
I mean,
that's the only logical explanation.
A blonde and then a little south.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. Big.
Not to bring those up again, but
no, I love to talk about it.
They are spectacular.
Thank you so much. Well, Gordon Baker Bone, a hilarious comedian, we were like talking one time and he was like, you've been arrested. I was like, I've never been arrested. He was like, that honestly genuinely surprises me. And I was like, it's the privilege. Yeah. Have you been arrested? You've been arrested. Yes. You do a story about it, right?
Yeah. I was arrested at the border for getting drunk in public. It happens.
It happens.
Yeah. I was in Mexico. Whatever. It was bound to happen.
I think I maybe have not gotten drunk in public because I have good balance. Maybe I don't know what it is. Like I've never. Maybe. On my 21st birthday, I was walking through the East Village back when it was cool. And I was walking through the East Village with my friends screaming, I'm fucking 21. And then like cars were honking at me and I was like flicking them off. I remember some guy on the street, this is just in the East Village. This random man passed me on the street and he was like, are you really 21 today? And I was like, motherfucker, yes. Like, and he was like, happy birthday. I was like, motherfucker, thank you. This is all like people telling me what I said. I don't know. But like, I should have been arrested that night. You know, like there's so many stories I could, yeah. I should have been arrested in FedEx Field in a parking lot to bring it full circle.
Really? What'd you do?
Without a doubt.
What does that entail? What does a tailgate entail for old Courtney Maginnis?
First of all, up until whatever year I turned 21, I can't remember or do math, but whenever that year, any year before that, I should have been arrested for underage drinking. We used to sneak booze into the stadium, of course. One time my sister, this is actually fucking genius, and this is, if there's any football fans listening, once we can go back in stadiums, one time my sister comes up to the security guard with beers in her hoodie, and she walks up to the lady and she goes, to get pat down, she goes, this is my favorite part. And the lady was like, okay, and just like kind of let her go, and she got all these beers into the stadium for us. That should have at least been a fucking fine.
That's genius. That is so smart. She's just like, I'm a perv. Try and touch me. I'm gonna like it. Yeah. She's just like, blah, 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 bitches.
Wait, do they get drunk at soccer games like they do at football games?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not college. Definitely not college, but like pro, like especially the men's. That's like in Europe. Oh my God, the amount of fights is. I mean,
have you been to those?
No. I've been to a few games in Red Bull Arena to watch the Red Bulls play. And then I watched a girl I played soccer with in high school. She made it to the Mexican national team, and so I went to Red Bull Arena to watch her play the U.S. national team. And I was like, "Bitch, you made it!" It was very exciting. Yes. But I go to a lot of women's matches, and they're a little more subdued. No one's really getting wasted because they're like, "See, girls, you can be just like them," and you can't be like a rowdy asshole and be like,
"Follow your
dreams." Yeah. Exactly. I'm like, break that fucking glass ceiling. You know, that's not a good look. But the men's, I know that they do. Like the MLS games, they tailgate, they get rowdy, they get drunk. There's bars in the stadiums. It's very fun.
Yeah. So it's the same. It's the same shit.
It's the same shit.
We all like to get drunk around the world. You know? That's our favorite pastime.
Alcohol brings people together. That's what I say.
It really does.
Okay, America just needs a cold Budweiser. All right. That's all we need.
Oh my God. Put it on a fucking tee and sell it on foxnews.com.
I will do it. I'm very poor. I will do it. Okay.
Oh, what's your favorite drink to get when you're broke?
When I'm broke, probably Bud Heavy. Like I'll drink a Budweiser. Sometimes I'll do a PBR. Love a PBR.
I love a PBR. That was my drink all through college, was a PBR, and trying to flirt to get a shot for sure.
Hell yeah. Make those eyes. Be like, oh my God. Usually there's a shot and beer special. Is this happening tonight, or is that only on Tuesdays?
How does money work? You know what my favorite was in college? I don't know where you went to school, but when Four Loko still had caffeine in it. Do you remember those days?
Remember people dying from those, yeah.
Yeah, I drank, like, if you drink one of those, you had fun. If you drink two of those, you had a story. You know, like, there's like some sort of story happened. Yeah, two of those things, it was like $6 at a bodega. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that was a nasty time. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was like a Bushwick, Brooklyn 2008 warehouse party time.
Oh yeah. I remember I just heard about Four Loko and I was like, okay. And then they were like, they just took out the caffeine. And I was like, well, why do I even want it?
I know. You had one summer to get it, you know, and then it was over for all of us.
They're like, people are dying of heart attacks from these things. And I was just like, I gotta get one. They were gone.
Exactly. You're like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. I know. My heart needs a workout. Let's test it.
Have you ever done like hallucinogenics? Are you that kind of lady?
I've done Molly and that's it. I've done weed, Molly, and cocaine.
No, I mean, you gotta. If you like to drink, you gotta lose for hardcore.
I mean,
you know?
The thing is, I'm already so high strung and energetic.
True,
when I did
you don't need it.
cocaine, I was just like, well, I'm up until 7 off of like 3 bumps because this just fits. You know, I once painted my entire bedroom like just doing cocaine with my then like.
With fucking
kind of boyfriend who was like 6 years younger than me. I don't know.
Oh my God. I love that
rough
story.
Time. You love that. I know. He was like 21 years old and had really weird tattoos, but he was gorgeous. So it was like, okay. See? Anyway, he helped me paint my room. Mint green. What a choice.
Oh, very scary for cocaine. Mint green. What a choice.
It was
you
wrong.
need something gray or dusty blue. Something to calm you down.
Yeah. No, I really went for it. I went Spotify green for that bedroom. Oh boy.
Yeah. No, I like all of it. I like to do all of it. But cocaine is when I was doing a lot of coke, I was also smoking a lot of weed, and I don't do coke anymore. I've firmly said I can't. It makes me it is bad. It makes your fucking brain bleed. It makes you so depressed. Like, I just have too much depression to be doing coke anymore. So I stopped doing that unless you want me to come over and meet That's how I feel every time. I'm like, but I'll do it.
Yeah.
You know, that's like a such a
anything for a deal.
Yeah, exactly. You're actually saving money. I have a coupon.
Exactly.
But now that I'm older and I'm not like doing that, I smoke weed still, but like not like crazy. Not during the day unless it's a weekend or I'm on vacation. You know, but. But like now I love hallucinogenics. Now that I've like been to therapy and all the these things, now I've done ayahuasca. I've like I like mushrooms and acid a lot too, because now I feel like better after I do those things, as opposed to like getting wasted all weekend and going on a cocaine bender. Then you just feel horrible. And I feel like those other things, they like it's like doing yoga. You feel re-energized.
Yeah, doing brain yoga. That's nice.
Brain yoga.
What was ayahuasca like?
Oh my God, it was the fucking best thing ever, because I went in. I mean, it's like I puked so much.
Really?
It's so much. But once you puke it, what you need to get out, it's like I went in there with an intention. I had like focus on this childhood resentment and trauma and whatever was going on, and I like watched my whole childhood like from the outside. Like I watched like nice parts of my childhood, and I was like, I had a nice fucking life. I don't know what my fucking problem is. Like, get over your bullshit. Like, that's what I could, and that's like a fun way to put it. But I felt like so much healing from it.
Oh,
look at me,
so
I'm a fucking
nice.
hippie.
That's great. Look at you. Look at you.
Really, the whole spectrum.
From Studio 54 to Woodstock. I love it.
Peace and love, bitch.
Yes, peace and love. That's all we need, right?
Yeah, I highly recommend that, though. I feel like because I'm sure in some of your energy is a lot of built up to whatever it is you got going on in the little Caitlin body, So some of that,
Thank you for calling it little. Oh my God, I heard nothing else. Okay, yeah, you could have said anything, and I would have just been like, but I'm little. Thank you.
Really, I deeply identify with that. Why do you think I'm married to a giant ass man? I fucking love to be small. I love to be small.
I went the opposite direction. I really went for a teensy weensy. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I want to be little, but I also want to be powerful and safe. That's what I want.
Okay. Safe. You're the most powerful woman I know. So there you go right now. Okay.
Thank you so much. Oh my God.
And I have a painting of Beyonce over my shoulder.
I was wondering.
Okay?
I was like, I'm pretty sure that's Beyonce, but I will be sure to ask at the end of the interview.
Yeah, that's a Mary Houlihan original, and above it is a Bruce Springsteen velvet painting. Got a lot of sexy vibes in this bedroom, Caitlin.
I mean, I'm getting horny just looking at you, looking at your surroundings. There's a plant under there on a radiator. Hell yeah.
We got a fucking dog. Oh, no, she left. I forgot earlier. I let her back out.
Millie's out of here.
Millie was like, bye, bitch.
So I have to ask, what is the dumbest thing you've ever done on alcohol?
Okay, on weed. Okay, I used to do a joke about this, but the story is it's 100% true. One time, I'm so embarrassed. One time I walked at a fucking party. I walked up a set of stairs to talk to one of my friends, and then I slipped and I fell halfway down the stairs, and then I walked back to the top, and then I fell the whole way down the fucking stairs. That is 100% true. Right as another friend was walking in the front door. She was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I didn't feel a thing." Yeah, so that is pretty dope. I've also made out with a lot of idiots, but that probably takes the cake.
Are you a drunk maker-outer? Is that you?
Oh yeah, baby. Give me your phone number. Fucking connect with me. We're gonna be together forever.
God, I love you.
I love you too. You're really the best. You feel very seen with I'm with you. Like when you and Emily Winter are in a room, I'm like, oh, I can get a glass of whiskey and someone's gonna just be like, I'm here with you.
Oh yeah.
Whiskey. Yeah.
It's very good. I was a maker-outer too, and I would just make out with anything. Man, woman, didn't matter. And I was just like, oh, I was so drunk one time I dated a man for 6 months who didn't speak English. It was one of the best 6 months of my life, but it was just
that's my biggest problem with men, all the talking.
I don't know. He was rolling his R's and we were drinking, so it was great.
I love that so fucking much. I love it.
Okay, so we are now at the time where I ask you if there are any stories that we did not get into that might be fun to tell. Is there?
I do have like a classic podcast story but it involves drinking, so I could tell you this one, and this is my Studio 54 days.
Okay,
but it's really my like cheesy New York City Midtown Manhattan club days.
Yes.
So there was this one club called Plum Nightclub, 2 M's, of course.
Of course.
So I go with my best friend Genevieve, still one of my best friends. Love her with all my heart. So she and I are down at the coat check, and we went there with like a club promoter. I was still like, I don't know, 19 years old probably. Mm-hmm. And we're a club promoter, and so we're at the coat check, and this girl, like I feel this small body like push into me, and I like kind of fall into my friends, and my friend grabs me, and I look up at her, and her eyes are enormous, and she goes, "Courtney, that was Lindsay Lohan." And I was like, wait. And this was like 2007 probably. So this was like fucking Lindsay Lohan time. This is fucking Samantha Ronson dating, Red Bull drinking, air quotes sober Lindsay Lohan. Okay, this like we were just like, oh my God, she pushed into me. Like she pushed me out of Lindsay Lohan pushed me out of her way. So we go up to the table where we're getting fucking hammered because come on, we're at a club with free booze, and Lindsay Lohan is like 2 tables away from us. Yes. And she's up on this like stage because Samantha Ronson, she was dating, she's a DJ. Mm-hmm. So she's fucking DJing, she's drinking Red Bull. I was like, this is the best night of my life, New York City. We're gonna live forever. And this was digital camera days, so no iPhone. Mm-hmm. So my friend Genevieve is like, we need to get a picture of Lindsay, but we got to be like subtle about it. So she was like pretending to take pictures of me with this fucking clunky ass digital camera. And she gets a picture of Lindsay Lohan. Okay. And we get wasted. So at some point in the night, Lindsay disappears. We were like, we're going to live forever in New York City. We live here. And so we go home. The next morning, she fucking calls me at my dorm, and she's freaking the fuck out. She's like, I uploaded the pictures from my digital camera, and in one of the pictures, Lindsay Lohan was wearing a black and white sparkly dress and really sheer tights. And in one of the pictures, you can see Lindsay Lohan's full pussy. Swear to God, this is true. I was standing next to my best friend who was responsible for one of the infamous Lindsay Lohan pussy pictures. It is not one of the famous ones because it was on a digital camera that she probably fucking got for her high school graduation. But it did go on fucking goddamn Perez Hilton, and I was there to see it with my fucking eyes because women weren't wearing underwear back then. That's my best drunk story that we didn't get into.
That's incredible. Oh my
Thank
God.
You, so much.
You saw Lindsay Lohan's vagina?
I saw her puss. Bare, waxed. Fully Brazilian. It had to be. It was the mid-2000s.
If it was anything else, I would have been disappointed, you know?
Absolutely. I started this podcast talking about football, and I'm ending it talking about Lindsay Lohan's pussy. So I feel like that is a classic podcast journey right there.
I think
that's my personality.
I mean, we've encapsulated all of it, you know? All of Courtney, we've managed to get in probably 2 sections because we had a little technical issues.
That's okay. We forgot about that.
But we got there, you know what I mean? Oh my God. That's great. Lindsay Lohan, I loved her. I loved her in Mean Girls. I loved her in Freaky Friday. Come on.
Oh, what a classic. It's a classic.
I still listen to those tunes from Freaky Friday. You're the ultimate.
Fucking soundtrack. That's so embarrassing.
I can't believe I just said I'm going to have to cut that out. Oh, boy.
I'll definitely edit that out and edit out the parts I said I remember the soundtrack. I was very cool listening to rap music.
That soundtrack was phenomenal, all right? It really showed why she got famous in the first place, okay? She was talented.
She's so talented. She's a great actress. Can I say one other thing? Because we talk about right now on my podcast, we're doing a series on Miley Cyrus. And you know, they really tried to make Miley Cyrus the next Lindsay Lohan. My mom will tell you something about Miley Cyrus. She cannot act. So that she is not a good actress, but she is a fucking powerhouse of a vocalist. So she had her own lane. You know, you don't put her in the Lindsay lane. No. Anyways, that's my piece. It's really been wearing on me.
I like it. I mean, I feel like feel like you've educated my audience. It turns out they're mostly between the ages of 25 and 30, and
fuck you guys. Turn this shit off. Call me when you're older.
I'm joking. I think it's 25 and 35. You know, it's quite the range.
I'll take it.
You know, Anchor doesn't give me much info, but what I do see is that, like, okay, people who I relate to are relating to this, and that makes me happy.
Perfect.
But they need to know more about Miley Cyrus. Lohan
audience.
Yes, and Lindsay Lohan. I feel like.
And Lindsay. There's slight overlap, but not a lot.
Not a lot. Not as much as you would think because of all the leotards.
Exactly. Oh my God, we need to do a whole nother pod on that.
I know. I could talk to you about all the trash pop stars I love, okay?
Oh, bitch, we will get you on the pod ASAP.
Oh my God, I can't wait. This is my mecca. Okay. Anyway, well, I think we've done a great job on this podcast.
I had a blast and so happy to see your fucking shining, sparkly face. I just miss you, and I'm glad you're doing all right and holding in there. And tell your man I said what's up.
I will. You give your man a squeeze. Oh, where can people find you? Shout out your.
Oh yes. At Courtney Maginnis on all social media. CourtneyMaginnis.com if you're nasty. And my podcast is The Narcisistas. That's NARCISISTAS. Yes. And you can find us on all social media at The Narcisistas. We do talk about divas. You're doing Miley. We just finished Destiny's Child. Next up is one of the most powerful girl groups of all time. So, you know, who's
that?
We haven't officially announced it, but it's the Spice Girls. It's the Spice Girls. It's the Spice Girls.
I love the fucking Spice Girls.
I fucking can't, and I don't know much about their life, so I'm just really I get chills. I gave myself chills talking about something that I already know about. I can't.
I love them. I had the lollipops. I had the Barbie dolls. I had everything. I saw them in concert when I was 23.
Were you sporty?
No, I was scary because sporty was too predictable. I went with scary because I also identified as terrifying. I'm pretty sure I still have the Barbie, her as a Barbie doll. Yeah.
I had her and Baby, and I was always Baby because I had blonde hair with bangs.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, people tried to put me in the sporty lane, and I was like, no. You can't cage this, all right?
You can't cage
scary. I am Mel B, all right?
I am Mel B. I say what I fucking want, bitch. Oh my God, I could talk about this for the rest of my life.
I love the Spice Girls. Anyway,
I love the Spice Girls.
I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy you get to go on this journey, and I can't wait to listen to it. Narcisistas, people, you got to listen to it. Courtney Maginnis, thank you so much for doing this podcast. You are the most entertaining person I've ever talked to.
I love you so much.
And I can't wait to drink with you in person. Day we get vaccinated, we're getting hammered. Oh my
God, I am going to kiss you with tongue. I really am. I can't wait. I really can't wait. I miss you guys so much.
I miss you. All right. That's been Courtney Maginnis, America. Go see her. Oh, Courtney, that was so great. That was so fun.